Okay. So we have a good number so far. The
Great.
rest will be joining, I think. So
Okay.
we start with
Okay.
introductions.
Yeah.
As you can see, our coach here today is Omkar Muravne. He is a seasoned business coach and mentor. He's empowering women, restarters, and entrepreneurs through these coaching sessions. He's also a marketing and branding consultant and digital marketing strategist. He has over 20 years of diverse professional experience. His expertise extends to, as we already mentioned, marketing and brand consulting. He's very hands-on with his assistants. As he already mentioned, he likes these sessions to be interactive. Please feel free to ask questions, clear your doubts, have conversations. That is the flow of these sessions with Omkar usually. And also he's leveraging his background in visual design and UX. He offers unique insights into crafting compelling digital experiences. So he comes with a lot of experience. He's very open to having conversations. So I would encourage everybody to be on video. Let's have a great session. This is our first, so let's set a good tone here. Over to you, Omkar. Omkar, you're on.
Yeah. Am I unmuted now? Great. Fantastic. Thank you very much.
Omkar, sorry to
Yes.
interrupt you.
Yeah. Go on.
You please move your camera a little only.
Okay. Am I not visible to everyone?
Yes.
Am I visible
Yes.
now?
Yeah, perfect.
Great. Fantastic.
You can go ahead.
Okay. So I think Varsha gave a very good introduction and a very detailed introduction about me. So I think we'll just keep that aside now for the next 1.5 hours and move ahead to something I want to teach you guys today. See, the first thing that I want to do is just for me to know a little more about all of you. Let's see what kind of energy we bring today to this forum. I know the good morning stuff just went by, and a lot of times when someone enters a new session, you're all skeptical. You don't know what's going to happen in the session. There are a lot of questions, a lot of queries in the head. But let me assure you something right at the beginning. If this is interactive, if you ask me a lot of questions, there are two things that I'll probably judge from that. One is that you all understand what I'm trying to tell you, which is even better for me. Or the other part is you're not attentive at all. So one or two options would be true, and I hope it is the first one. Okay. So one other thing, rules for the session. I don't keep many rules, but let's have some for the sessions that I'm doing. If you like something, if you like a concept, if you like what I'm telling you, you will always have gestures to give. Okay. You are all on Zoom right now. You all have gestures. Use them wisely, but use them well. Okay. Even to appreciate each other, let's try to do that. This is not a forum where it's just me speaking and you're just listening. That's probably just one-way traffic. I don't want that. Since we are talking a lot about goal setting in today's session, let's try to keep everything interactive and interesting for everyone. Does everyone agree with this point? Thumbs up. Okay. Sweetie. Great. Thank you very much for that. I think these are the things I want all of you to get used to. Okay. All the ones who are giving me a thumbs up. That's precisely what I want. Okay. Let's get started. I'll just try to share my screen with you, and let me begin with a quick activity. Let's see how you would do this. Give me a minute to share my screen. Most of the times, if I get a good answer to the first question, it probably sets the flow for the entire session. So let me see what I get here. Okay. Okay. I hope that my screen is visible to all. Visible?
Yes.
Great. Thank you. Okay. One word to define your future. Now, this seems very simple, but I would want to know some good, interesting answers from all of you. Okay. You will unmute yourself and tell me that one word. Now, think of one word that best describes or captures your professional aspiration or vision. Just one word. I don't even need a sentence. Just one word. Who can give me the first word? For your future aspiration, professional aspiration, is there one word that comes to mind? Come on, this should be easy.
Good
Is it that
career
difficult?
growth.
Sorry,
Good career growth.
just I said just one word, not sentence. Just one word.
Hi, this is Divya here.
Yes,
I'll give one word. I want my future to look it. I want the word to be used as astounding. Like in face of all,
astounding.
yes,
Great.
in the face of all the difficulties, I hope to reach where I want to be professionally.
Very
And
nice. Very
I'm
nice.
hoping the word that comes to my mind in the end. I want it to be called. I have done an astounding work. Like that.
Astounding. Yes, absolutely. That's what I want from all of you. Okay. One good word that has come up, Divya, thank you very much for it. Astounding. Anyone else? Quickly, come on, let's do this quickly.
I
We
want
have
to be
yet to
accomplished.
discuss. Yes. Who was that? Usha. Yes.
This is Usha, yeah. I want to be accomplished.
I think your voice is breaking. I was not able to get you correctly.
Yeah, there is some construction work going on nearby my building, so
Can you repeat what you said?
I want to be accomplished.
Accomplished. Okay, great, fantastic. Accomplished, astounding. Anyone else has a
Hi,
word
this
in
is
mind?
hi, this is Sweetie here. I
Yes.
want to be independent.
Independent. Okay, anyone else? Come on, let's have two more words at least before I move on.
I want to be more skilled.
Skilled. Okay. Anyone else? Skilled, astounding, accomplished, independent. What else? See, if you are clear about what you want to do in life, usually the word comes to your head immediately. That is what I feel.
One thing, confidence. Confidence
Confidence.
also comes from.
Okay, great. Very nice. Confidence. Okay. Now, I'll tell you why I asked this first. The one word that defines your future. Usually, whenever I meet a lot of women restarters, to be precise, whenever this question comes, there is never a clarity with what they want to do. Let me put this in perspective for you before I even go 2 steps ahead from here. For your career to go somewhere, the first thing you will need is clarity. Forget about what word comes to your mind. Your word should be clarity first. Okay? Nothing else. Be clear about what you want. If you have aspirations of restarting your career, getting somewhere in your career, the first thing you will need is to be clear in your own mind. If you run in 3 different directions, you will not find even one of those close to where you want to get. The more options you have, the more confused you become. I'll tell you one very simple thing. Over the years, when I teach people about search engines, I tell them something which is actually relevant to all of you. You know how search engines work? Can anyone tell me how Google works? What is the concept behind Google?
Some algorithm they are using. That is some the name I'm not recalling. That some algorithm they are using for searching.
You are absolutely right with the algorithm. What does the algorithm do essentially?
Web crawling. It will search
And
all around the internet and get all the related results regarding a particular search.
what does it do after that?
It will pick a
It
keyword
gives
from
out.
the search and it will search on the keywords.
Okay. So essentially what you all are saying is absolutely right. I'll just tell you one word which is missing.
What is it?
Relevance.
Right.
Okay. The missing word is relevance. What Google does is finds everything on the internet, but shows you only the relevant results. So essentially what is going to happen? It narrows it down. So your road towards your aspiration, please remember this for the future, has to be a very narrow one, targeted towards one thing that you want. If you're looking out for a job, it is not enough just looking out for a job. You have to be absolutely clear about what kind of role you want, which companies are you targeting, how will you get into those companies, what is required to work in these companies. How will you make sure that you are skilled to do that? So all of these things point towards only one aspiration, which is to get a job. So if it is to get a job, then all of these other things have to be in one direction first. Let's have that in our head before we even think of setting up a goal. Because that's what we are trying to do today. I'll teach you some very important aspects of goal setting, of analysis that you can do on your own, for your own self. We all do self-analysis, no? How many of us do that? Let's have a hand raised. I have my hand raised because I do that as well. So 1, 2, then I can see few, 2, 3, few hands have gone up. Okay. Everyone does self-analysis. I'll take 2 responses on this. Okay. Because we are talking of self-analysis. Can anyone tell me how the self-analysis helps you? Can I have 2 quick answers to this question? Self-analyzing, how does it help? Yes.
It improves our
It improves our
performance.
It improve. Okay, first I'll take 2 responses. First, Sweetie, and then I think Maithili, you can go. So, Sweetie, yes, you were saying something. Please go ahead.
Yeah, it improves our performance and prevents the mistakes, whatever we are doing.
Okay. Anything else apart from that you want to add?
That's pretty much.
That's it.
will
Okay.
help us to see if we are on the right track towards our goal or not, or we have deviated.
Okay.
Uh,
Fine. I'll
it
take that response
constantly,
as well. Yes.
it constantly redefines our goal, whatever that we are working for. So maybe
Okay. Redefining. Okay. Accepted. I think Maithili wanted to say something. Yes, Maithili, please go ahead.
Yeah, sir. Actually, self-analysis will help us to improve more where we stand in and analysis about where we were, about the past. It helps us to improve more in the future,
Okay.
like next days.
Okay. For me, self-analysis probably does just one thing. Okay, before I give my answer, Swapna, did you want to say anything? I saw your hand going up. Yes.
Daily progress we can check with the self-analysis.
Okay, daily progress. Fine. Okay. So I think most of the answers are correct, but let me add something which probably works for me, and maybe it could be something that works for you in long term. So whenever you set some goals for yourself, whether it is professional or personal, what analysis can do for you is tell you where you are wrong. Okay, please listen to this very carefully. Analysis will not just tell you if there are improvement mechanisms that you need somewhere. It should first tell you where you are wrong. Okay, the loose ends, as I call them. If your self-analysis is helping you define your loose ends and work on them, then your goal setting becomes better. That is point number 1. Because we are going to talk about a lot of goal settings today. What I feel is most people who are looking for jobs or want to do entrepreneurship, could be anything, they do not have clearly defined goals at all. No one has a clearly defined goal. And I'll ask you this. Okay, let me take 2 or 3 queries. I'll get my answers right now itself. I'll pick some names. Varda, are you there?
Yes, sir. Tell me.
Okay, just tell me something. Okay, what's your next big goal?
Next big goal.
Me?
Get back to software. That's what. Because I'm into teaching now.
Okay.
Then probably like 6 years now. Then because before I was working in 4 years in software development, web development.
Okay.
And now I
Okay.
had a gap of 6 years probably. So
Right.
I think that there's so many, upskilling and get into a place where it's not about development actually. I'm more
Okay.
into looking for the project management side because
Okay.
I'm good at that side. So that's what it's.
So since I've asked you this today, you said effectively your goal is to get back to the software field, is what you told me, right?
Yes. Yes, yes.
Okay. Now
Yes.
I'll ask some others some questions and this will all come back to you. Okay.
Okay.
Varda,
Okay.
so please pay attention now from now on. Next, I'll pick one more name. I can see Pallavi on my screen. Pallavi, can you hear me? I think you're on mute.
Hello?
I think I'm not able to hear your voice for some reason.
Hello?
Yes, now I can hear you. Okay. Same question to you. What is your next big goal? Tell me.
Being more satisfied and confident.
More satisfied and confident. Okay, fair enough. I will take it as it is. Okay. Let me go to some others and then I'll probably come back to what Vardha was saying earlier. Sweetie, what's your next big goal?
Actually, my problem is I do want to be independent. Okay, I have 10.5 years of experience in IT industry.
Okay.
And I do want to start working, but because of my constraints, I'm not able to figure out like what I should do next, which will suit my constraints and also help me earn a bit.
So can I say then that you do not have a clear goal at all?
I think I have a goal, but I have to figure out how to achieve that maybe because I do
So
want
what is the goal?
my goal is to start working, join the workforce.
Restart, basically join the workforce back. Okay.
Correct. So
Right?
that much is sure, yeah. But what
That
and
is for
how
sure.
and where, that is still
That is not clear. Okay. I am pretty sure that towards the end you will get clarity today. Okay. That much I can assure you.
that would be great.
Right now you do not have clarity, but you have a goal, which is to get back into the workforce. Now to all the others who are listening to this, let's take Vardha and Sweetie as examples today. They said they have a goal. Both goals have one similar thing. They want to get back to the workforce, get back to working. Only difference is Vardha said she wants to get back to software. So there is a sector which she has picked. That is the one differentiator as per me. Can all of you tell me if this is a very clear goal that both of them have? Let's have some opinions today. Vardha herself is saying no. Vardha, how will you do things?
Yes.
You herself are saying no to your own goals.
Actually, when you as your classes started, like goal and having a steps towards it, yeah, I am pretty much taking steps towards it. I'm pretty much
Okay.
slow. That I accept.
Doesn't
And
matter.
that's
matter.
that's the reason. Actually, it's the it's not about
But you have a
having
goal, right? You said you have a goal. Okay.
a goal. Yeah. Yes.
This one is what I want to know from others is whether you and Sweetie, whatever goal you have set, right? This is my goal. Is that actually a goal? Is what I want to know from others.
I think it's not a goal, it's more of a desire.
Yes, absolutely true. Now, this is where we start making a difference. There is something known as goal. There is something known as desire. Okay. Sweetie will get special award today just for being very frank about the difference between desire and goal. I'll tell you where you can make a difference now. And this I'll clarify as we go slide by slide and I keep explaining a few concepts that will help you set a goal. Every goal only becomes a goal if it has a defined direction. Let's take it as the first tip for today. If there is no defined direction, there is no goal. You just have a desire. I want to earn $1 million. Is a desire. It is not a goal. I want to earn $1 million via this is a goal. Okay. Right now, what I see and where I look at it from my perspective, all your goals at this point, I feel are only desires. They are not goals. But we will set the goals today. Okay. Let's keep this session as probably a channel for us to set our goals from now on. And I'll tell you why it matters. I've always emphasized on one thing that people do not do a lot in their lives is plan things correctly. Okay. Part of goal setting is also planning. If you do not plan, and if everything is just going hunky-dory all the time, you feel okay, everything is okay because you know what, I want to get a job, I am searching for a job. That is my goal. That's not a goal. You are running directionless. So you're basically targeting a board of darts, okay? And you're trying to hit it 25 times, hoping one time it will hit the target. That's not how it works. So let's get a few things in perspective. Clarity, motivation, accountability. Three things are important. When it comes to goal setting of any kind, first, you have to have a clear and defined path for your career. So it is not about getting back to software. It is not about getting back to technology. It is not about getting back to retail or fashion or anything of that sort. It is about saying, you know what, if I'm getting back to technology or I'm getting back to software, as Vardha wants to do, then I have these 5 companies that I wish to target. Okay. 5 companies. These are the people I will get in touch with. These are the events I will attend. And eventually I am going to achieve a job out of this. That is a goal. Merely saying I'll get back is not a goal. So first thing is eliminate any kind of confusion that you have. See, I've actually given you an example. Someone saying I want a job versus someone saying I want a marketing role in IT sector makes a lot of difference. A lot of times, the struggle is not with the goal. The struggle is the plan behind the goal. People do not know how they would plan something in their life. For example, again, I'll keep you guys engaged because I'll ask you a lot of questions. Swapna, just one question to you. What now again, because you're also restarting your career, right? So eventually, which sector again you wish to work? Just for me to revise this, where you want to work?
Actually, I want to work as a programmer.
Okay, fine, great. Now, because you want to work as a programmer, so I just probably need to know this from you. Who will ask you how you are deciding in what ways to apply for a job? Do you have anyone who is asking you this every day?
No one is asking me.
No one is going to ask you, right?
No. No, actually, some people are there around me who is asking
Okay.
what you have done. Are you
Okay.
applying or not? Someone is there in my
Okay.
life who are pushing me. But still,
Okay.
I also want for my independency, for financial security. For that, I also want back to workplace. As you told, sorry, I'm taking little more time of yours.
No problem. Yes, please go ahead.
Actually, I was always confused like others. Okay, I always want to go back to workplace, but I'm not sure which path I should take. I'm always confused. Some days I'll go for this. After some days I'll go for that. So I'm not, that
Precisely.
clarity was not there for me.
I'll tell you where this helps. Okay. How do you define a clear path for yourself? There are 2 things you can do. One is, see, now how this helps, I'll tell you. Because you are in this session today, you have done half of that job. Why? Because you have someone like me or maybe someone else tomorrow coming and telling you how to do this. But the second part still remains with you, which is the implementation. Okay. Now let's assume you have started implementing also. Still, there is no one to ask you. Is someone there who is going to every day ask you, what are you doing? No, usually there is no one. I'll tell you to make this easier. It could be your friend. It could be someone from your family, anyone. Make sure that you have one person who constantly has the accountability of asking you what you're doing. Find a person who can do that for you. Most of the times your friends will do this job very well. Most of our friends will do that. You just message a friend on WhatsApp, hey, you know what? I'm doing this certification. I have 3 weeks of study to do. Just do one thing for me. Send me reminders for it. Okay. It is your job. as a friend. Let's do this. I'll help. I'll hold you responsible for it. They will happily do it for you. You know why? Because you need someone who is accountable for your actions. How else will you know if you're doing something right or wrong? I've said this before, I'm saying it again. 3 things which are going to make it easy for you: clarity, motivation, accountability. Someone has to measure what you're doing. Today, by the end of this session, I'll tell you, as I keep telling you to do some activities, my idea of doing this is I have to know by the end if you have some clarity in terms of what goal you want to set. You said, Swapna, you want to get back and work as a programmer.
Yes.
This is one goal. Okay. This has to be redefined now. I don't want this to be just, I want to work as a programmer. It has to be more detailed. Towards the end of the session, I should have a detailed view of your goal. Now start thinking. As we keep discussing all the other things, you keep thinking about how this goal can be better. And all of you others can do that as well. Have a piece of paper with you. Most of you would have it. Or you might be on your laptops or systems. Open up a Word document. Make sure that there is something there where you can make good notes of this. Let me move ahead. In the meantime, I'll take this slightly ahead now. A lot of times we struggle with a lot of things, especially when it comes to planning for goals. Can someone tell me what is the biggest difficulty that you have faced in setting up a goal? Or even when it comes to your ambition? Who wants to tell me something? Raise of hand, come on. We all have difficulties. Sweetie, I think your hand went up.
Yeah, actually, there are a lot of difficulties because
Tell me one.
first thing is that we do not have the relevant skills that are currently running in the market.
Okay. Skills.
Secondly, the reason for which we took the sabbatical, that is like still running in the house. So you are worried about that if you are not attending to it, so who is going to do that?
Okay.
Yeah.
Fine.
Then again, the time is a constraint. How long, like, like 9 to 5 job, it will be difficult with the current responsibilities. So again, that is also a constraint. So there are so many actually.
Okay. So let me try to make this a little simple for you if I can, right? All the things that you have told me, most of the women restarters that I encounter will tell me these things. It's very common. I understand that. Okay. You will always be in this situation because you have, too many things to handle, which is absolutely true. But let me tell you something which helps a lot when it comes to setting your goals or planning them. Nothing has to be planned at once. That is the first point you have to understand. When you plan a goal, do it step by step first. So the first step is, okay, I don't have enough skills. So for me, reskilling is the first step. So I will start with that first. I'm not going to plan way ahead. So I can't say, you know what, I'll get back to technology. I want to do this job. And I will, this is my aim. I will start with it. No, that's a long-term goal. There is a difference between short-term goals versus long-term goals. First, understand what is the first point I need. Skills. Point number 1. So if there are 2 skills you need, first focus on acquiring those skills. So your goal number 1 in the direction of your main goal is to reskill yourself. That's the first thing. Take it step by step. Don't overwhelm yourself with things. Like, I think in the years that I have seen and dealt with a lot of women tend to do a lot of things, or they probably fall in these situations where they overwhelm themselves with a lot of things together. So I know you have a lot of things to manage at home or maybe working as well. Everything comes together. But at the same time, if this has to be done correctly, or you have to restart your careers, You cannot plan way ahead. Plan it step by step. First, reskill yourself. Know what skills are in demand in the market today, specifically in your sector. Let me see if most of you know that. Okay. Varda, let me get back to you now. Can you tell me one skill which is in demand in your sector at this point? One skill.
One skill. Effective communication, actually. If you are going for project communication, project management, it's effective communication with the clients, and their needs has to be, properly completed on time. The projects
Okay.
which is you're assigned, all those things, and assigning all the resources. Like if you're going for the project is particular days, it has to be deployed the correct time. It has to be deployed and gather all the things which is needed to fulfill those things.
Okay. So essentially what you're telling me is that I understood that there could be one skill that you need. In this case, it is communication, right? So now,
Yes.
now all of a sudden, the goal that you told me earlier, right? The goal of probably getting back to technology, isn't that what you told me?
Yes, yes, yes.
So now it's not about getting back to technology. It is first starting with this,
Yes,
which is
yes.
communication, isn't it?
Yes, yes.
Now your goal changes.
Yes, yes. True.
Suddenly your goal is not about getting back to technology, it is about communication, isn't it? So ideally what I want to tell you is, whenever you try and set a goal, the first thing is go step by step. First step is to know what is the first thing that you have to do in setting up a goal. Okay. Only then you can come to a stage where you can define what is the bigger goal. So first thing is define the smaller goals and then go to the bigger ones. All of you first try and define what is the first thing you need. And I'll probably take 2 or 3 more responses to this. One was communication. Can someone else tell me what is the first skill that they require towards their goal? One skill. Who wants to go next? Yes, sweetie.
So I was into manual testing, and I have seen quite a few ads which are requiring testing automation using Selenium. So
Okay.
I think that is a skill that can help to get back to work.
Okay. So have you started acquiring that kind of skill, by the way?
Yeah,
Already started?
yeah.
Okay. So at least the first step towards your goal, you have already taken, right? So if this is a direction, then this is the first step towards that direction. Now, when you are trying to define a bigger goal, please know that bigger goal is not achieved overnight. It's not going to happen, right? Most of us have that ambition, but at the same time, those ambitions are not going to be fulfilled, unfortunately, because we do not have one step that we have taken towards it. So someone getting back to technology, someone getting back to, let's say, fashion or retail or anything, any industry, any sector. Usually there is one skill that is required and that one skill is missing. But no one focuses on the skill. People focus on what they want to achieve. Now, without that skill, you are not going to achieve it. So understand that it is step 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. When you define a goal, usually what is a mistake that happens? From 1 straight to 5. Nothing in between. That's not going to work, unfortunately. First is reskilling. Okay, I'm going to go step by step. I'll explain all of this, but let me go step by step. First, reskilling. Second, a lot of networking. Who does networking, by the way, here? Networking, serious networking. No one does networking here.
I keep talking to my friends and asking for opportunities, etc., in their companies. Can that be considered as networking?
No.
Or only LinkedIn, through LinkedIn only networking is possible?
No, that's not networking. Unfortunately, I think we have misplaced the idea of networking. That is a problem, which I feel that most of us have, especially women have a lot of issues with this. Networking is not about asking people about opportunities or what they can give you. Networking is what you can give. Okay. Networking, I know, is a very vast topic. I will come to the networking topic also in the future. But let us understand one thing, that out of the 5 steps that I mentioned, networking is a very important step. First is rescaling, then it is networking, right? Then it is people. When I say people, the circle that you make out of your networking, that eventually helps you get a job. Gone are the days when you send out resumes, your resumes get shortlisted and you get a job. It doesn't happen that way, isn't it? Am I right? Who agrees with me?
Absolutely.
Correct? Can anyone tell me why it is not happening? Tell me, you would know the reasons also, no?
I feel most of the company, they are taking candidates from reference.
Why they are taking candidates from reference? Can someone quickly answer that?
There is too much of skilled labor. We have so many options. They have so many options. So they need something to differentiate or help them to choose the candidate faster.
Okay. Just to, just to tell you in a very short and sweet way, because I don't want to delve or, get into a different topic today. It is just about goal setting for now. People only recommend people they know, right? Personally. So if I know Swapna, or I know Sweetie, or I know Varda, or I know Mohana, or I know Pallavi, I'm going to say, you know what? For this role, I have a girl that I know. I think Swapna would do a very good job. Why don't you just interview her once? Now that person is going to think, okay, Omkar knows her, right? Sure shot candidate. Let us interview. That is where the power of networking works. But within your goal that you have, the entire goal structure that we are speaking of, this step itself is missing. Do you realize now? We have all set goals in our lives, and we all have career goals and all, aspirations, desires, no direction and no steps in it. Now you have to redefine it from today. Okay. First things first, let's understand the process of setting a goal. Since we are going to do it seriously, again, I'm saying, if there is a process that you need to write down, please make sure that you do, so that this becomes your reference point from today onwards. Reflect on your priorities first before setting any goal in your life or in your career. Always know what matters most to me right now. If your job matters the most to you right now, then that has to be your first goal and priority. If family is priority, doesn't matter. It is okay to have family as priority also. But then job becomes your number 2 priority, in which case, right? So your goal setting has to change accordingly. So then what happens is, if your family is your priority, then for example, if it's Sweetie or if it's someone else, they might say, you know what, I do need a job, but I need a job which provides me a good hybrid environment. That's the only way for me to make this work. Then she automatically cannot target companies which do not offer this to her, right? So now your goal is different again. So while setting a goal, first know what is the priority. Point number 1. Second, as I've been saying, and I'll keep saying this more and more, define your goals clearly. The clarity is absolutely important. I've given an example there. I'll take a project management certification in 6 months. Clearly defined goal. It's going to take me 6 months to finish this. I will finish this. Then I will look for a job. So for me, that is very clear. If I do not have that clarity, I can never get myself to that level. That is what I have seen in my life. Most times we are so vague about what we need, we cannot define anything in our lives. Everyone right now has a vague goal, no? Project management, program managers, software, very vague. How do I even process that goal? Third point is what I was just telling you. Break it into actionable steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What is the first goal? First goal is reskill. Okay, reskilling, I need 3 certifications. I have 3 months time. 1 certification each 1 month. And I will finish it in 30 days. Okay. If that certification can be finished in 30 days, again, don't say, if it's 6 months, how will I finish in 30 days? No. If it's 6 months, you give 6 months, but say it is not going to take a day more than 6 months. I will define it and I will do it by then. Fourth point is important for all of you right now. Make sure that your goal is written down. Do not speak it out, write it down. There is a beautiful concept of journaling. Who knows this concept? Who does this? If at all any one of you is doing that. Anyone does it?
Actually, I did it for some days, then I discontinued it.
You discontinued. Why? Why, Swapna?
Actually, Omkar, my problem is for some days I will do, okay, by taking high motivation I will do. Then after that, oh, it will not happen according to
Consistency is a problem, right?
consistency is problem for me. So I
Yes,
generally
exactly.
I have done that thing. I took one diary and write what I should know,
Okay.
what is my advantage, disadvantage, how I should go forward. Everything I have mentioned, okay, in the, written. After some days, again back to stage one.
That's why you need someone for accountability. I think Shruti has probably raised her hand. I'm sure she would be doing a bit of journaling. Shruti, am I right?
Yeah, like I have recently started, like as ma'am said, I couldn't be consistent, but
Okay.
it's okay. Like I'll be doing it for 2 days continuously, and then I'll leave for 4 days, and then again I'll do. It's okay. Like I want to write something. It makes me clear what I'm thinking. So
Okay.
in my mind there are thousands of thoughts. When I write it, it becomes more clearer. So I like doing it, and so recently I'm doing it.
But there is a purpose why you should do this. Okay. I'll tell you how it has helped me over the years. I just don't write things. Writing is one activity. While you set your goals, journaling helps a lot. If you guys are not doing it, I would strongly suggest start doing it. Start journaling. Write down things that you want to do, from the most basic thing to the most advanced thing that you want. Like from a very basic thing is like from tomorrow I want to start jogging, like very basic thing. To 6 months down the line, I'll work as a project manager in Accenture in this city. Clearly defined, but let it be written down. And then I do something else. Once I have the journaling habit, as I do myself, I don't write things. I share it with one person that I can hold accountable, and that person can hold me accountable. So it is a shared document. I have a very close friend of mine with whom that document is shared. And I ask him, you know what? I have written this. You have to make sure I do this. And for him, it is fun because he can be behind me, no, for no reason. Hey, have you done this? Have you done this? Because he has nothing else, right? He is not accountable for it. I am. But whenever he does this, right? Whenever that situation comes,
We lost Omkar. Please wait for 2 minutes. He'll be back. Omkar, are you there? We lost you. Yeah, he'll join again, ladies. Please wait for 2 more minutes. He'll be back.
Hello.
Yeah, yes, Omkar, we lost you.
Yeah. Am I audible and visible now? Both again?
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
Great. Okay. Okay. I'll reshare my screen with all of you. Sorry for a bit of a glitch in between. Okay. Okay. Is this visible now again? I think my screen should be visible.
Yes.
Yes, it is visible.
Great. Fantastic. Okay. So far, I think the last point that I was trying to make is holding someone accountable for me. So all of you who are trying to set a goal from today, don't just do it by yourself and leave it at that. You writing something and then someday thinking that, okay, you know what, 5 days back I wrote something. Now let me see if I can do that. It's not going to work. Tell someone else to hold you accountable for it. Only then this will make sense. Am I clear so far? Give me a thumbs up if all this makes sense till now. Great. Okay, the more thumbs ups I get, the more happy I become. So fantastic to hear it. Now, a lot of times there are a lot of roadblocks, like I was discussing, when you actually restart your careers. I very well understand that reskilling, upskilling, leveraging your networks, a lot of these things you will have to encounter at some point. Okay. Because we are talking a lot about networks and how to probably get jobs these days, I want to understand, or let me put this in a very simple manner. Can someone tell me 3 people in your life right now who can help you get a job? 3 people? Anyone? Think hard. Think about, it could be your friends or could be people that you know. Yes, Mohana.
My friends, they'll help actually.
These 3 people. Okay, just again, just for me to re-emphasize this to you.
Okay.
First, tell me what's your goal? Like, what do you want to do?
I just want to be a developer. I'm trying
Developer.
for a career switch.
Okay. What, you had a break in between?
I had a break, and past 6 years I was having my own tuition center.
Okay. Okay.
Now I'm trying to switch your career to IT.
Okay. So these 3 people that you spoke of are
Okay.
your friends, you said, right? They will get you a job.
Maybe. I just asked help.
I want
Because
3 people.
yeah.
Okay. Let me rephrase.
Okay.
3 people who will guarantee you a job. Now let's talk. 3 people who will say, boss, just send me your resume. You're done. I'll get you a job.
100% it's not there, sir.
Not going to happen, right?
Yeah.
Can you tell me the reason why? You have these 3 friends, no? Why they cannot guarantee you a job?
Because my goal should align with their they should know some
Correct.
people.
Okay.
I should have some experience or a skill related to that.
Okay.
I don't know, sir. That's it.
Okay. Let me try and give you some pointers which will help you in this direction. Again, aligned to your goal setting. If you want to have these 3 people who will guarantee you jobs in the future for whatever goals you might have, they are not going to come from your inner circle of friends.
Yes.
Point number 1. Why? Because your inner circle of friends are always people that know you, which is great for you, but they don't have any aspirations of like, okay, they might refer you somewhere and try their best that something would happen for you, but they cannot go much beyond that.
Yes.
Because they know you at a personal level. They do not know you at a professional level. Your professional circle or network essentially defines how you will end up getting a job in the future. And this
Yes.
has to be built
Exactly.
over time. It is not going to happen just by trying or maybe speaking to a few people. Such networks are not built. One simple thing I'll ask you, all of you today, let me see what response I get. How many of you are super active on LinkedIn? Super active. Come on, let's see. Posting regularly, commenting on things, part of communities. Usha is probably giving me a thumbs up. So I presume Usha is doing that. Apart from that, anyone else? No one? Why? I mean, why you would not leverage not just a platform like LinkedIn, for example, even Herky has a very good portal which can be leveraged in different ways. I just want to understand why those attempts are not being made. Okay, I'll ask a couple of people. Yes, Mohana, please go ahead.
Like we are not super active. Maybe
Okay.
weekly, 3-4 times I'll go and search for jobs and apply, and I'll try to build connections like that, sir.
Okay. Okay. So I'll probably ask you another follow-up question on this once I think Swapna has spoken. Yes, Swapna, please go ahead.
Actually, I always use LinkedIn for searching jobs and to check
Okay.
who else, who my previous colleagues or my friends or others, what they are doing now, all the things. And
Okay.
I have joined some communities, but that message, sending message and communication, I am not doing actively. That is there.
Okay. Okay.
But I use every day I checked, but I'm not actively participated in any community and discussion. I'm not actively part. That is one drawback.
So I'll tell you one common factor which is there here. Tell me if you guys agree with it. The common factor is you all use these platforms, or maybe you're on LinkedIn or even Herky or some other platforms also. You're always trying to get something out of the platform. Correct? You will approach someone, ask for a job, or you will probably ask someone for help and hope that they'll help you. What are you giving? No one has an idea. I am very sure. What are you giving to me if I have to give you a job? I'll put this in perspective for you before your thinking goes haywire. Let me put this in perspective. People will give you something if you give them value. Understand the value proposition within your goal setting. Today, from today onwards, I want all of you to understand what is your value addition. Value plus, I call it as value plus. What is the value addition I will get if I employ Swapna with me, or if I employ Mohana with me, or if I employ Sweetie with me, or Usha, or Divya, or anyone else. If I put them as my employees, give them a chance to work with me, what is the value addition that I get? No one is probably ready enough to give me an answer to that. I can assure you, because no one knows the value addition. So do one more thing today, okay? Because we are defining the goal, and because we are defining the steps towards the goal, add one more step to it. Your step number 4 should be your value addition. Call it as value addition. And you all should have an answer to this. Your value addition will also determine how your goal is and what is your long-term goal. Otherwise, you're going to find it very difficult to convince people to get you a job. Without a proper value addition these days, no one will offer you a job. You have a skill, yes, that is perfectly fine. Skills will get you maybe an interview. Okay, skills will get you an interview. Merely having a skill will not get you a job, because there is competition outside. There are so many people doing the same thing. So if there are so many people doing the same thing, how will I have you as the people that I want? No idea, no? Varda wants a job as XYZ. Okay, I got in touch with her. She's given an interview. Fair enough. She knows everything. Skilled. Nothing is wrong. I don't have any problems with her career break also. Let's assume that. But what I don't have is, I don't know what add-on Varda brings to the table. She's just like everyone else, no? What is the value addition? Yes, sweetie. I think you have a question. Please go ahead.
No, I was just trying to think, actually, definitely there is a value addition, right? Because like if somebody is a restarter, okay, they will work
Okay.
with more dedication than a normal person. And also you can hire the person for, like below market price. So that is also a value add to the company, but you are getting
No.
more work done.
No, that's not a value addition for me at all. I'll tell you why. Okay. Let's assume all that you have said is true. I agree with you. You know the cost factor, the fact that you will be more dedicated towards your work. I agree with all of it. But there is no possibility that someone else who's not a restarter like you is not going to do that. How can I be sure of it? I hire someone else. I don't hire you. I hire someone else who's continuously working, no career breaks. She is not restarter, doing all the things that you are doing, agrees to be on the same payroll as you, okay, lower payroll for that matter, and dedicated also. Then why should I not hire her and why should I hire you? Same problem, no? But I will look for one differentiator usually. You know what differentiator there is? That girl, if she's like ultra smart, you know what I'm going to say, boss? This girl is smart also. Tomorrow something happens, no? If any client interaction is also required, she will do that also. Great value addition for me. Why not hire her instead of you? So one factor is taking one thing away from you, right? That's the problem which is there. So my idea of telling you this is, if you're going to do this, like have a long-term goal of getting a job, doing something, make sure that this value addition part is a part of your goal setting process at all times. It has to be there. If there is no differentiator,
Your video is stuck, Omkar.
sorry?
Your video is stuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are back. Yeah.
I'm back. Okay, great.
Yeah.
So I just some glitch, I believe. But you have to make sure that at least one differentiator is always there, which you can promote. Forget everyone else. You can say, boss, this is where I'm different. Eventually, what you end up selling to people, or you brand yourself these days, that people call as personal branding. How you brand yourself matters a lot. So I'm going to give you another aspect of goal setting now. Okay. Let's consider this as step number 4.5, if you like. Personal branding. If you haven't done this, there'll be, there will be some aspects of personal branding I will discuss in the future sessions, but make sure that it is a part of your goal setting journey. Very important. If you cannot brand yourself, no one is interested in hiring you. No one is interested in giving you a job. There is no reason for them to do that. Okay, please remember this. Pradnya, yes, you have a question.
I don't have a question, but answer to this value addition, I am thinking
Go on.
of yeah. So now if we are starting our career, so whatever the past experience we had, and we have suppose achieve anything extra by doing some extra things in our previous work, that also we can tell them to the higher community.
Okay. Okay.
So related
See,
to work, suppose if I am doing some work, I have these backend skills.
right.
Yes,
Right.
I am doing this work, but apart from this, I have done these things in my past experience, which was not in my
Okay.
tech also.
Right. Right. Yes,
So
you
that will
can.
be the value addition.
Yes, you can. See, at the end of the day, you have to decide what your value addition is, which is the advantage we have. But make sure that it is something which, when someone is hiring you, or when you actually pursue a job or pursue a company to get a job, they consider that as a value addition from their end also. Okay. What is, as per you, your value addition could be communication, right? Let's say you are a very good communicator. That's a I consider communication as very important. Now, where you are aiming for a job, do they consider that as a very important aspect as well? Think about it. Think
But
about
see
what
how we came
quality.
to know.
Sorry?
Sorry to cut it down, but then
No,
how we come
go
to
on, please.
know that what they are expecting, from start, how we can be sure of that they are expecting what from our side. So what will be
Correct.
the
I'll tell you
procedure?
that also. Yes, I'll tell you that. The idea of getting a good job also means, let's say you have a target. Okay. I'll tell you usually how I tell people to do this. I'll take one person's example and then we'll try to extend that example. So, Varda, I think you said you wanted to get back to software, right? Correct?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Tell me one company or one firm that you are targeting for a job. Does something come to mind?
Finally, maybe
No.
I will be looking for startups, not one company
Startup.
name, startups, because uh, as I have a career break and I had to reskill, it's better to go for companies which, if it's a startups, they do have the no, they don't have much. They pay, maybe the salary will be less, but the opportunities are better, I think. Because
Okay.
when I
Okay.
last time I given one or two interviews, so they were ready to hire, but the skill set, there are certain skills they wanted. If you are matching up with those skills, it's better. It's better to get it. It's no even if it's a startup rather than larger companies where you don't have that
Okay.
skill they are requiring, but
Okay.
it's like that.
Okay. So let's just for example's sake, okay, because you want to get back to software, I'll just take a very vague example right now. Let's assume that your targeted company is IBM. Okay. Now, if you wish to get into IBM, just to answer what Pradnya was saying, how do I come to know what companies are looking for? Usually, on any company's websites that you go, or any company that you're targeting, has a vision statement, has a mission statement, has has everything that you should go through before you even set that company as your target. Know everything about what they are looking for. What are some of the traits that they normally wish they look for in a candidate which they'll wish to hire? The problem that we have a lot of times, you know what, ladies, we don't do a lot of research. No one does any research these days because everything has become shortcut, no? So everyone will go to chat GPT, they will take some details, they will start applying for jobs. Please don't do that. Take help of chat GPT. I'm not saying wrong. One simple thing I'll tell you, okay? Usually, what kind of candidates will IBM hire? Key skills. Put it in ChatGPT, see what it answers. Very good answers you will get. Some very good researched answers you will get. Or there is another tool which you can use, which is Perplexity these days. If some of you are aware, it is good. If some of you are not aware, go to that tool. It is known as Perplexity, similar to ChatGPT. You know what you should do on Perplexity? Just type in whatever your company that you're looking for a job. Type in the name type in what key skills they require. Okay. Usually what kind of candidates they will hire. So by researching the entire internet, it can actually give you answers of what companies are looking for. Now, my point here is just to answer what Pradnya was asking me, you have to align your value addition to what they are looking for in a candidate. So if you are saying communication, it cannot be mere communication. For them, it could be client communication. So tweak it. Make sure that you have something which you can prove as a value addition in client communication as well. How else will you convince them that, boss, you know what, I am fit enough for this job? It can never happen otherwise. Okay, so make sure that this is something you know for sure. There are ways and means to do this. That's why I'm saying when you are setting your goals, why did I emphasize on one step at a time? This is why. Now, again, let me ask you, all of you, a follow-up question with all that we have discussed so far. Do all of your goals look different now? Raise of hand, tell me. Yes. Give me a thumbs up if they look different now. Okay, Varda for starters. Swapna, thank you very much. For all the others, they are same. Okay, one more, at least one more thumbs up has gone up. If you haven't defined them so far, okay, probably you will define them as time goes by, because that is precisely what we have to do. But at the end of the day, if we do not know what steps we have to take towards our goals, then as I said, we have no goals at all. I've put something out in front of your screen right now. Can all of you see that? The SWOT grids. Everyone knows what SWOT analysis, right? Everyone knows. Probably everyone has seen it, read about it. But I do it in a very simple manner. Again, strength, weaknesses, opportunities, threats, known to everybody. But you have to be very precise with this. Usually, when I do any kind of SWOT analysis, I make sure that either, again, because for the sake of documentation, I have it written somewhere and I keep making changes to my analysis whenever I reanalyze a few things. So even goals, if I reanalyze my goals, I do an analysis, I keep changing these things because your strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats always keep changing. So not one thing can be set as a permanent SWOT analysis for anyone. Not for you, not for me. It doesn't work. So make sure that you either have a paper where you have actually written down these things 1, 2, 3, 4, and you can redefine it each time you want, or make a table in a Word document and try to refine it as much as you can. Because if I ask you what are you good at, everyone will be able to tell me that. Am I right? If I ask you what you're bad at, how many people will tell me this? Let me take a quick poll here. Weakness. Who can tell me their weakness? 3 weaknesses you have. Come on. Raise of hand. Tell me. Who knows their weaknesses? Yes, Mohana. Then I'll come to Swapna. Yes, Mohana, tell me.
Actually always overthink
Okay.
and get worried about what will happen. I should
Fine.
probably stop it.
Next.
You're asking me, sir?
Yes, I asked you 3, no? 3
Yeah.
weaknesses.
Yeah, I get scared about a new environment and how I'll handle.
Okay.
Usually I handled it okay normally all
Okay.
these years, but still whether I could do it or not, self-doubt.
Self-doubt. Okay. One more.
And I I always think I'm not fit enough for this. Like that, even I get opportunity or I get through it, I'll think it's not they didn't select me properly. I mean, I'm not fit for this job, like that. Very this thought always I have in mind, and I'm always trying to overcome it.
Right. Okay. Okay. I'll just take Swapna's response, and then I'll probably tell you something which will help you.
Sure.
Yes, Swapna, go on.
Yeah, for me, negative thinking first, my weakness.
Okay. Okay.
Second, I demotivate very early. Means after a few days, I will get demotivated that it will not
Okay.
happen. So many things are there.
Right.
Third thing, I'm very scared from failures because after the gap,
Okay.
I feel I'm not that much worthful to face that corporate all the lifestyle and all. So maybe some point I feel that that scaredness is so much scared that my skill set is not that much. It is not. I'm not presenting myself fully. That is another point for me.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So, okay, I think Shruti has also raised her hand. I'll just go to her and then I'll come back to all of you. Yes, Shruti, go ahead.
From myself, like, I feel the biggest thing is consistency because I
Okay.
start many things, learning or doing or something, upskilling or networking. Many things I do that I analyze by myself, but I can't be consistent. I do it for few days, and for then
Okay.
most of the days I just leave it. Again, I have to start from first, and then like second thing is
Okay.
something similar. I started while starting, it will be very excited. I will be very excited and start. I'll do it in full force, and after some time, I lose motivation, and it will be like
Okay.
left off. And then like though
Ask.
I
Yes, go on. You just tell me one more and then I just wanted to make a quick point, but please go ahead.
Yeah,
Yes,
like I
tell
have
me.
written my goals like from my analysis, but when someone who's very close to me or some well-wishers question me like other way, is it possible or how will you achieve these like this? Then I'll doubt myself. Then my confidence
Okay.
goes in that way.
Okay. Okay. Fine. Fair enough. Maithili, yes.
Yeah, sir. Actually, what I feel is my weaknesses are having lots of negative thoughts and
Okay.
overthinking lots are there, and I'm not being consistent enough. So whatever
Okay.
I do in the beginning, it is fine. It will go fine for a week at least. After that, I feel demotivated and I'll not do it. And
Okay.
finally, I'm not confident enough.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yes.
Now, as we talk about creating goals and analysis, right? SWOT analysis of what we are good at, what we are bad at. The reason I asked you all for weaknesses is because when you think of weaknesses, you're very quick to actually mention those weaknesses. But unfortunately, I feel none of you have worked on it a lot. Who's working on their weaknesses as we speak? I know you all told me some common factors like, getting demotivated, confidence issues, overthinking. A lot of these things are there, right? And I understand it's a weakness. We all might have those weaknesses. What are you doing about it? Like, when you do the analysis part, right? Let me say this right up front so that it helps your goal setting from now on. The idea of doing SWOT analysis is not just, again, not merely talking about your strengths and weaknesses. When you mention them, make a note or write them down, the next step is to work on them. Okay. So it's not merely enough to write them, because today you might have made a note. Yes, yes, my strength is this, my weakness is this, what I'm good at, what I'm bad at. What is the actionable step you are going to take? Yes, I think someone wanted to say something. Mohana, did you raise your hand?
Yes, sir.
Go on.
Yeah. Actually, I get very scared to even attend interviews. But past 1 year,
Okay.
I'm just forcing myself, even though it is so uncomfortable, I'm forcing myself for interviews, and I cracked it one or two. Then I was.
Okay. I just lost.
Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, now I can. I lost you in the middle. Yes, go on. Make your last point. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to improve it. So focusing my fears, trying to push myself. I'm doing it
Okay.
past 6 months, 1 year.
Okay. So I'll tell you something which again, very quick pointers here because I have a few other things that we'll have to discuss today. But quick pointers to help all of you because I found a lot of common factors in all of these things. Confidence, the ability of actually doing something, wanting to do something, but getting scared or getting demotivated as you think of doing that. Let's understand one thing that if there is a survival between strength and weakness, right? You have some strengths, you have some weaknesses. Usually the strengths will win. Okay. Weakness only wins when you want it to win. It's a mindset issue. Okay. Attitude and mindset, two things matter. Again, with your goal setting as well, with your SWOT analysis too. Two things will matter. One is how you actually think your mindset is, positive or negative. There is no middle. Okay. It's either positive or it's negative. One. Second, how is your attitude? Is your attitude that, you know what, I'm going to try no matter what? I'll fail on my own terms. How does it matter? Tell me, does failure matter a lot to all of you? I know failure matters, but I'm saying, is it a life and death situation for us? It's not. There are so many things that people fail every day. You know what? I have been in business for 20 years. I have seen failure close enough. There was a time when I used to fail every day, every single day. Clients refusing to work with you, no one entertaining you, no one listening to you, right? I'll tell you my own side because it will probably make it easier for you to overcome all these confidence issues. Okay? I never used to talk to a single girl in my life when I was in school and college. Okay? Very shy individual, introvert. Women, I used to dread talking to them. Where am I today? See, all of you are listening to me. How have I done this? I just told myself one thing, okay, which I think all of you have to understand. I just told myself one thing. If I don't do this, if I do not talk to women, okay, this will be one challenge which will remain unfulfilled in my life. Unfulfilled. And that was a scarier thought. So your challenge sometimes, underconfidence or, being scared, being demotivated, there is a bigger problem. If you're demotivated, ask yourself, if I'm demotivated today, let's say I'm hopeless for the next 6 months. Is that a scary thought? Yes, by all means. I can't stay hopeless for next 6 months, boss. I have to be hopeful. Only today I can be hopeless. Focus problem. It doesn't help you. Confidence, no one can teach you. Okay? No one will teach you confidence. It has to come from within. How is it going to come? When you're not scared of anything, you become confident in life. Not scared of anything. It doesn't matter to me. I give an interview, I fail. So what? I try one more time. I wear a dress, some person laughs at me. Fair enough. I'll wear another dress tomorrow. Does it matter? Why? See, why it matters is because you think about it, that's why it matters. If I don't think, it doesn't matter, no? Varda says, okay, I'll get back to technology, I'll get back to, whatever I want to do in the future. She goes and gives interviews. First 2-3 interviews, she fails. Is Varda going to give up after that? Why no, Varda? Varda will answer now. Tell me why no.
Because I know that at the end of the day, it's all my fears will come. Like I am facing my fears, and after 1 or 2, 3, or maybe it's 5 or 10 interviews, also if I'll fail, I'll get into one, no, I will get into some company, which is even if reskilling takes time also, I'll get into some company. In one point, I will acquire the skills which is needed. That is why I'm here. I understood that reskilling is needed, and I need to have a clear idea about what I want and how I need to go through those steps and reach the goal. So obviously, failure, obviously I will feel bad and I will have the tears and everything. It will, but it will pass skill. Then only I will get a job. So obviously I will plan small steps maybe.
The idea is of telling you this, or the idea of me even coming up with this topic of why this is very important for you, is because if I do not focus on what I want as a good part of my life, the good part, the bad part, there are two parts to everyone's life. Our problem is we focus on the bad part a lot of times. So the bad part is I'm not getting a job, I'm not reskilling, I'm underconfident, I don't know how to give an interview. Are you give an interview, no? You fail, you will come to know what you need. People are demotivating me. They say, Are you need these skills. If it is not there, you will not get a job. AI is taking over everyone's jobs. AI is doing a lot. I agree, by the way. But does that mean that AI is not creating jobs or there are no jobs in the market at all? No, it's not like that. The idea is you have to know, or you have to understand, if something has to happen, right, for you to overcome a lot of these things, right? Confidence, being underconfident, or people always telling you it is not going to work for you, you always have to say, you know what, at least making an attempt is going to help me. It is all about that one attempt. It's not about anything else. It's about that one attempt. Your confidence, your motivation, everything, when it comes back, you will eventually get a job. Varda will get a job. Mohana will get a job. Swapna will get a job. And maybe 2 years down the line, okay, just tell me if this is true 2 years down the line. 2 years down the line, all of you collectively somewhere will meet me and tell me, Omkar, you know what? Now I'm a different person. I'll see a different person. Why will I see that? Because you changed it, right? Something happened, something snapped, and every negative thing went off. It's about one attempt. Okay. So Mohana, Swapna, Varda, all of you, it's about one attempt. Please don't shy away from making that attempt. Make it. Set your goals in that way. Do your analysis in that way. Know your strengths, know your weaknesses. Work more on your weaknesses. Strength, no one needs to work on. What's your strength is your strength. But you need to work on your weaknesses. Okay? Please make sure that you do. Someone had raised a hand in between. Was it Swapna or someone? I don't know. Swapna, was that
Yeah,
you?
yeah, I have one doubt.
Yes. And
Omkar,
Mohana as well. Okay.
yeah, I have one doubt. I have seen people, they're not good at their work, okay? Whatever work
Okay.
they should do, they're not that much good. But their attitude is so much. I mean, they will present themselves that they know
Hmm.
everything. In
Okay.
some cases,
Yes.
I feel I know better than them, but my
Correct.
attitude is for that thing to change the attitude. What should I do? Means that so many times I have faced that thing.
So
But one thing for
I'll tell you.
attitude,
Yeah.
you should be excellent in some work, or how it will come. I am not that much attitude. So when I see some people that so much attitude, I'm very always think what they have. They from where they are getting that attitude.
You know what? You might have bought that one product from the market, which you feel is not the best product, but it is marketed very well, right? Correct? It's not the best product out there, but it is marketed so well to you that you are inclined to purchase it. I told you something a little while ago, which I told you as one of your steps for goal setting. What was that? Tell me. Does anyone remember?
Personal
One
branding.
thing I told.
Personal branding.
Yes. Why did I tell you that? Precisely for this reason. See, Swapna, all of you might be good at something, and which I agree, you might all be good at some specific skill, which I agree with. But how will I know that if you have that skill, right? You have a very nice skill of maybe some tool, software, XYZ thing. My problem is, I have never seen Swapna talking about it anywhere. No chance. Nothing happens. If that is the case, how will I know that this is a skill that you have? No way for me to know it. So my point is the marketing thing, right? All of you, that's the reason I was talking about LinkedIn, networking, personal branding. Why? Because you all will need this. Forget about getting a job without doing all these things. Please start paying attention. I request all of you to do that. The more you are seen, the more I'd like to interact with you. The more I interact with you, the more I'll be interested to offer you a job. You all are forgetting that there is a reverse engineering that happens. One way is you applying for a job, they interviewing you, and you getting a job. But there is something reverse that happens, which we all neglect. They finding you somewhere on the internet. So Maithili has put out one beautiful post on LinkedIn. It has gone viral. Something associated with her career, her sector, something she's talking about, very interesting. Now I am interested to employ her. A nice candidate, she has a lot of knowledge. Let me talk to her. This is reverse happening from the other direction. No one thinks about it. And why does it happen? Because that person has made an effort to be seen. Visibility leads to credibility. Credibility leads to results. Visibility leads to credibility. Credibility leads to results. Remember this concept. Very easy for you to win if you know this concept well. I have something on my screen. I hope this is visible to you. Make sure that you have a screenshot of this as a reference point. Okay. Life career alignment mapping and strength based planning. You have to know at the end of the day, again, aligning your priorities to what you want to achieve and what is one actionable step for it. So whether it is with the alignment thing or whether it is with the planning thing, every step needs to have a proper direction and one actionable step. Every single time the actionable step is something we ignore. I'll go one step further and explain. A lot of times when we cannot set a goal, I advise people to make sure that you look at someone else who has set their own goals and treat that as an example for yourself. So if Varda doesn't know anyone, Varda, please find someone who in your sector has done very well over the past 6 years, 7 years, 8 years. Read about them, see what they have done, set your goals accordingly. Why not vision yourself as someone else? It helps. When you cannot do it, you need someone else to whom you can see and replicate. Help me personally. When I know I cannot set a goal for something, I know, you know what, this person has done it well. Let me try that. If I can do it, then this is something that I'll be able to achieve. It's very important to know that what you cannot do, but someone else has done, becomes your motivation factor. And it is easier to set your goals accordingly. Always know that goals have to be very, very specific. Do not be vague with your goals. I have given you a 5-step process today. So remember that goal setting happens with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Your end goal is your big goal. That's what you want to achieve. But your first step is the step that you need immediately. So that is your action step 1, then action step 2, then action step 3, 4, 4.5, then 5. And in all of this, 2 important things. 1, the value addition part. 2nd, the personal branding part. Both have to be there. the more you become inclusive with these things, the bigger it helps you, the better it helps you. Always know that goal setting is about steps, but it is about the bigger victory that you want to achieve. So setting up your first step, second step, third step, and fourth step are eventually going to lead you to one big goal, which is getting a job. Clearly defined goals for that are absolutely important. Am I clear so far to all of you? Raise of hand. Okay, great, fantastic. The last slide, and this particular slide, I think you all should have a look at. The bigger picture. Now, I have always told people whenever I do these kind of goal setting sessions, all the steps that we have taken into account, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think one thing which you all should remember is that we are not aiming just for the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The end goal or the bigger picture is what we are all aiming for. So always aim for the bigger step. Know that the bigger picture is what you want to achieve, but the steps are important to achieve that bigger picture. Otherwise, you will only see that and there will be no steps in between. That doesn't help. Everyone agrees with that point? Great, fantastic. So I'll just stop sharing my screen now. Yes, Swapna, I think you have raised your hand.
No.
Yes, Swapna.
No. I just I understood what you are trying to say. I understood that what you are trying to say, that mainly I got that if you want to sell, then you have to be people should see you. If you will see means you should be stand little bit different from the crowd. That I
Correct.
understood.
Correct. Absolutely. Anything else? Any other pointer? Swapna?
Yeah, personal branding. And first thing, taking steps, don't demotivate so soon.
Correct.
That is main means obstacle in my
Absolutely.
path. Yeah.
Yeah, true. Absolutely.
Because
right.
for demotivating, so many things are there around us to demotivate
Correct.
us. So we
Correct.
should pull
True.
ourselves up and to motivate ourselves, because we want
Yes.
to see the bigger
Yes.
picture. That should be in our mind always.
Yes.
So I got this thing.
Absolutely.
And for that, personal branding and upskilling, that is two important part. For
Is
me,
very
actually,
important. Yes.
personal branding is very. Because I'm literally a shy person. For maximum time, I
Okay.
always keep silent. Okay, let them talk. What is the use of
Yeah.
that? So I think I should change that. I have to change that nature.
Yeah. True. True. Absolutely true.
If
Yes,
I
I
know
agree
also
with
I am right, sometimes I'll be keep quiet. Okay, let them talk.
you.
We'll talk. So that maybe I got. Thank you, Omkar. I learned from you a lot.
It's great. It's great to know that you all have learned something today. But this doesn't end here. I think Varsha or Alekhya would be there still, I presume. Any of you there, ladies?
We are here.
Varsha, yes. Hi. Hello, Varsha.
Uh,
So I think
Hi,
as far as
sorry,
the session is concerned, yeah, go on. Was someone saying something?
yeah, I'm sorry to interrupt.
Yes. Yeah. Go
Actually,
on.
I need to drop off. I need to pick up my son.
Okay,
From
No
sweetie,
problem.
just message. I'll fill you in on the rest.
Yeah, thank you so
Yes.
much, Omkar. Thank you for the session. Good day.
Most welcome. Most welcome. Yes. So guys, Varsha, I think again, we'll be again meeting for a session with all of them in the next part as well, right? So as we do that, by the way, ladies, let's do one thing as a task. Because we have learned so much about goal setting today, let's set one biggest goal that we need. I've told you everything what has to be done, right? So we are clear about the steps. I want everyone to document this, whatever. If it's a Word document you want to make, please go ahead, make a Word document. But let's have a goal and all the steps that we need to have towards achieving that goal. Okay? Only then this is going to be fruitful for all of you. So if we all have that in place, then we can say, you know what? Now I have a clear goal in mind. And again, no vagueness. It has to have clarity. Nothing vague, nothing just out of a generic thing that you have in your mind. That's not a goal. It has to be absolutely clear. Does everyone agree with that? I'll ask some of you for examples, okay? I'm not merely saying this. I'll want to see examples of this. Will I see? Yes or no? Everyone has disappeared. Acha, okay. At least one person is saying yes. What about the others? Yes. Divya says yes. Okay. Thank you, Divya. All the others, I presume you're also saying yes at this point. So thank you very much for it. Because that's the only way this is going to work. Okay. Merely listening to something or trying something in your head is not going to work. It has to be implemented on the ground. That's what matters. Right? Varsha, I think we are done for today. This is it.
Okay.
Unless someone has a quick question, I think we can end the session for today.
Yeah. Does anyone have any questions? Otherwise, we'll wrap up.
I don't have any question. I just want to thank you so much for this awesome session. Really, it has made so much of difference. I really understood what
Thank
some
you.
of the mistakes I was making. Like as you said, my the thing was very vague. As you said, I just wanted to get back into IT job. But right now, I know that is not the way to define a goal. I have learned so much from this,
Absolutely.
more than I ever thought. It was really awesome. Thank you so
Thank you
much.
very much. Thank you very much, Divya. Thank you. I really appreciate the kind words, and that's what I hope for whenever we meet. Let's try to learn something new, but let's try to implement. I think implementation is much, much important.
Yes,
And
yes,
if you
yes.
do this, I can assure you that all of you, whatever achievements you want to do in your life, even if it's a job, you'll be able to do it. I am
Yes.
fairly confident about it. Okay, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's about it. Okay, Varsha,
Alright.
I think
Okay, in the
we are
interest
done
of time,
for
I
today.
think we'll wrap up. We'll let Omkar go. We'll see you again, Omkar, on 26th Tuesday.
Thank you. Yes,
The
yes.
rest of you, please hold on for just 1 or 2 minutes. I'll wrap up. Thank you, Omkar.
Okay.
Let
Great. Thank
Omkar
you.
also be here. Like we'll take one picture.
Okay.
Okay. Can I request
Okay.
everybody to be on video at least for the picture? We will be sharing it with
Okay.
everyone.
Please request you all, please switch on your cameras.
Just 1 second.
Come on. I always believe women can pose better for pictures more than men. So I think let's all
Yes.
pose well. Men are worst at photos. So I know I cannot do more than just this. But you all can give out some good poses and it'll be a nice picture, right? So
Automatically, women will be like very alert for the pictures,
So you tell me, Alakya, whenever
Wonderful.
you want me to be ready, I'll be ready with this.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
3,
Take a picture.
2, 1. Let's go. Okay. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Omkar. Wonderful session
Yes.
as always.
Thank you.
And
Thank
you
you.
saw the
Thank you.
comments, so hopefully we'll see all of them back on Tuesday again.
Yes. Yeah.
That's something that I'm going to discuss next. Thank you, Omkar.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you very
Bye.
much.
Bye,
So,
everyone. Happy weekend. Bye-bye.
yes. Happy weekend, everyone. I'll take your leave now. Thank you very much. Okay. Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Okay, so ladies, just a couple of things I wanted to reiterate. First of all, thank you very much for making time and showing up. It says a lot about your commitment. So I really appreciate you taking the time. So we will see you for the next session on Tuesday. It is 25th March, job readiness strategies. Again, we will send you some reminders, give you a call also to remind you to join the session. I hope I saw some of your comments as well as heard some of your feedback. So I hope this is a good start and you will continue this. Professional skills, as I've mentioned before, are as important as tech skills. There is no differentiation anymore. You have to be good at all these skills. So that's why
Yes.
I keep reiterating that do not ignore professional skills as something not important.
Exactly true. Like don't take it as a light, like for the professional skills. It's like it takes a good step into your tech skills also. It takes you to there. Okay, don't miss professional skills sessions.
Aliki, will they have assignment or
No,
no assignments? Okay.
they'll work on, like after question, they'll work on tech skills assignments.
Right. And the other part I wanted to address is the first set of people have received their access, for who I'm following up to check if you have registered or not. For the second